The unholy war on baptism continues. Imported holy water was linked to rare European cholera infections. From Zemeshans.com, April 14th, 2025. What started as a spiritual cleanse turned into a gastrointestinal purge. In January 2025, 7 people in Europe came down with cholera after sipping or splashing themselves with holy water brought from a sacred Ethiopian well. The holy water, it turns out, was teeming with drug-resistant Vibrio cholerae bacteria, an unwanted spiritual experience. You wouldn't think a bottle of holy water could carry disease. It's ritually blessed, revered. Some even say it has healing powers. But these bacteria don't seem to care much about any of that. In early 2025, 7 people in Europe were contracted the pathogen from a holy site in Ethiopia. For 4 of them, the illness, cholera, was acquired without ever leaving European soil. This was striking, as Europe usually gets less than a dozen cholera cases per year. In this case, cholera, a disease typically associated with contaminated water in developing countries, had found its way into European hospitals through a back channel, devotion. The outbreak was imported from the Amhara region of Ethiopia. Since mid-2022, Ethiopia has been battling an expansive cholera crisis, with more than 58,000 reported cases and over 700 deaths by early 2025. But Amhara is also host to Bermail Georges, a revered holy well attracting pilgrims who seek spiritual and physical healing. In the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, holy water, known as Sable, is believed to possess the power to exorcise demons and cure illnesses. Pilgrims often consume or bathe in this water and frequently take it home, believing in its curative properties. Apparently, cholera made its way to this well and infected the water. 3 people of the 7 people who got cholera traveled to Ethiopia. However, the other 4 didn't. Instead, they likely got infected by drinking or being splashed with contaminated holy water that someone else brought back from Ethiopia. 2 of the tourists required intensive care, but thankfully everyone recovered well. Faith in science. Holy water has been revered for centuries, but in a microbial world, even the most sacred liquid can carry hidden dangers. This story isn't meant to be a criticism of faith, but it is a sign that religious beliefs in modern disease surveillance need to be more in tune. Sacred practices can coexist with public health, but only if we acknowledge the risks and work together to reduce them. This means that faith and microbiology have to speak to each other, especially in an age when a bottle of water can travel continents in a carry-on bag. Infections no longer respect borders, and believers should be aware of this. Pathogens don't respect belief, and sacred practices aren't immune to contamination. Religious leaders can also play a vital role in public health by guiding their communities to practice faith safely, promoting hygienic rituals, discouraging the consumption of untreated holy water, and collaborating with health officials to spread accurate information.
ሳስጨንቆት ሳኦል ስለመጣ
መለስና አባ ጳውሎስ እነሱን አንድ ላይ ነው ያዩዋቸው። አባ ጳውሎስ የሚባሉ ሰውዬ እስከነጫማቸው ልደታ ቤተክርስቲያን መቅደስ ውስጥ በካህኖች መግቢያ ገብተው ታክታችሁ ጸልዩ ነው ያለ። ጸልዩ፣ ታክታችሁ ጸልዩ። ይህች ሀገር ትፈተናለች፣ ፈተና በጣም አለባት። እናንተ ከጸለያችሁ ጊዜው በቶሎ ይቆረጣል አለኝ። ፈተናው ያልቃል። ዝም ብላችሁ የምትኖሩ ከሆነ ግን ይቀጥላል። ሊብስም ይችላል፣ ይብሳል።
In Ethiopia, the Orthodox Christians celebrated their annual Timket festival, marking the baptism of Jesus on Saturday in the capital Addis Ababa. The festival began on Friday with the ritual of each church carrying a tambot, a sacred replica of the Ark of the Covenant. In the ritual, the tambot is covered with cloths and carried by priests to a nearby water source. There are hundreds of thousands of people in white robes gathered to sing spiritual songs and chants. We are gathered here today to celebrate the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, who gave his life for our salvation. He was immersed in the water and became a mentor for us. We are also here to share in the blessing of his baptism today. Timket used to be very famous in Gondar, a city in the northern Amhara region, but due to ongoing conflicts between the government forces and rebels in the area, many people now prefer to celebrate in Addis Ababa. I wish a happy Timket holiday for all Ethiopians and holiday to be filled with peace, love and happiness. I want to say happy holiday for Ethiopia and Orthodox Tewado Church. Ethiopia's Feast of the Epiphany is one of the highest and holiest holidays in the Ethiopian Orthodox Christian calendar and is celebrated on January 19 every year. The festival is also meant for baptism and Christian blessings.
መንፈስ አስጨንቆት ሳኦል ስለመጣ ሳኦል ስለመጣ